What's up, guys? Happy week after Easter. Hope you had a really great Easter week. You might notice I am in a location different than the kitchen table like I usually am, and that's because I may or may not have slept until about noon today, and by the time I got up, people were around, and I wasn't really able to do it in the same location. So, that's why that's a thing. You also might be wondering, Harrison, why the heck did you sleep until noon? That's because the last 2 days have been really busy, but in the best way. Obviously I didn't make a video this past week because it was Holy Week and Easter weekend, and we didn't have like an official day off, so I just didn't have time to actually do that. Let me tell you about kind of what the last 2 weeks have looked like, and I'm actually going to look at the schedule here because off the top of my head I might forget a thing or two. So 2 weeks ago, Tuesday or so, that was the last video I made. The day after that, nothing really happened until, we had Holy Hour on Thursday like we normally do. Friday, this is like, when day is this? This is Friday like 2 weeks ago, so yeah, a while ago. So Friday, that day we had a youth group with 8 to 10 students, and that night was just kind of a standard youth group night. We had an activity with the students, spent some time with them. It was a good night. Day after that, we had another youth group, which was Saturday 2 weeks ago. Yeah, so 2 weeks. Wow, it's actually been almost over 2 weeks. Anyway, Saturday 2 weeks ago. Another youth group at a parish, about the same number of kids. It was a good group of kids. It was a similar ordeal. We played a couple of games. We had activities, and when I say these activities, like they're sort of like games, but they're not technically games because like there's meant to be like a point and kind of like learning theme behind it. So we did that most of the night and had played some games. It was a fun night. The day after that was Sunday, Palm Sunday. We went to Mass that day. I helped lead some music for that, which was a lot of fun. I always love leading praise and worship. Day after that, what did we do? Yeah, so Monday we actually went to the Capuchin Friary and just kind of, sorry, not Capuchins, Capuchins. Capuchins are the monkey. Anyway, so we went there and just kind of helped out wherever we could around the place. Tuesday we were going to go there, but there wasn't much work to do, so we went to a christening mass, which even I'm a little hazy on the specifics of this. I think it has to do with like the kind of like blessing of the oils, which if you're not Catholic might be kind of weird. I don't really fully understand the whole thing myself, but it was still a nice mass, and we did that. We hung out the rest of the day. Wednesday, we went back to the friars, Capuchin friars that day, helped out where we could. That was Tuesday. Yeah, Wednesday. Sorry, still Wednesday night. Here's a good story. So, Wednesday night. So during the Wednesday morning, we went to the Capuchins. Wednesday night, the females in the house, the women, they went to kind of a women's small group night. And the guys, we had this whole like planned event for them just to kind of, honor them and whatnot. We had like cheese and crackers and wine and all that. They got home like an hour and a half later than we thought they were because they left something at the house. So we were just kind of standing around waiting the whole time. It turned out okay, but we were wondering where the heck they were. So that happened. Holy Thursday, it was the day after that, and we went to Mass. I think that's the main thing we did that day. Is that the main thing we did that day? I think. Yeah, we went to Mass. Good Friday came around, and this was a great day. So the first half, I guess after Mass Thursday night, we kind of did like a hermit day for the team, just so people kind of take time for themselves, go spend some time just in personal prayer with Jesus and whatnot. So we did that. We kind of bookended it. So we went to Mass Thursday night, and then like that was the beginning of the Hermit Day through about 2 o'clock on Friday, which was when we were going to go to the Good Friday Mass. I went back to Cape Schanck, and it was a great day. I actually got up at about 5 in the morning and drove to get the sunrise. I missed the sunrise by about 20 minutes, unfortunately, but it was still so beautiful. Just hung out there for a couple hours, spent some time in prayer, hiked around the rocks again. I love that place so much, and it was really great time. Yeah, so we went to Mass when I got back in the afternoon. Friday night we all watched The Passion. We actually invited some young adults from the community over to watch as well. That was a lot of fun. Well, it was a good time of fellowship. I don't know if I can say that watching The Passion is a lot of fun, but it was good time of fellowship. That's a better way of putting it, I think. Next day was what? Holy Saturday. What did we do Holy Saturday? There's nothing on here, but we definitely did something. I think we just hung out during the day. Yeah. And if we, honestly, I'm kind of blanking. But anyway, that night we went to an Easter vigil, and I actually got to help lead worship for that too, which once again was wonderful. Always loved doing that. Easter Sunday was really cool. We actually went to a detention center with one of the retired priests next door. He did Mass, and I played a song or two, and we kind of did Mass with some of the inmates there. That was a really good experience. And then the rest of the Easter, we came back, had a big feast, and just kind of hung out and had a good time, and that was fun. The next 2 days, Monday was a very slow day. Unfortunately, we didn't do a whole lot around the house. We did, some ministry prep and whatnot, but not a whole lot. Tuesday came around, we had a team day, and what we did was we kind of went to this cool Mount Dandenong. I think that's what it's called. Anyway, we went to this really cool place up in the mountains. We just hung out with the team, had some fun. We went to the beach too. We did a lot of things that day, so that was cool. Wednesday, we hung out at the house in the morning and afternoon, but at lunchtime there was kind of young adults Easter week luncheon at one of the houses that kind of so there's like a young adults guy's house, like guys living in community together, and they had a luncheon, so we all went to that. And that night at ACU, Australian Catholic University, there was this big worship night. That was a lot of fun, a really great night of worship, good night of fellowship. So that was Wednesday night. Thursday morning was Anzac Day, which to my understanding is kind of like Australians' kind of 4th of July sort of thing, Memorial Day. But anyway, apparently they have dawn services here that are a normal thing to do. So we went to a dawn service. I got up at 4 a.m. That was heaps of fun. It was kind of cool though, and it was a beautiful morning as the sun was coming up. And yeah, like I could recognize the significance of that. The rest of the day, we actually celebrated the unbirthday of one of our teammates. We do unbirthdays because we feel like sometimes we're doing ministry on someone's actual birthday, so we can't celebrate the birthday. So it's a thing here to do unbirthdays. So we did that. Our team sister Tanita, she loves superheroes, so we dressed up as superheroes, and we went and saw Avengers Endgame Thursday night at the drive-in theater. That's the first time I ever went to a drive-in movie, so that was really cool. And just a bit of a bunny trail from ministry for just a sec. Endgame was awesome. And that's coming from someone who's had a lot of Marvel fatigue for the last couple of years, but I was very satisfied. It was a great conclusion to the original Avengers squad, and yeah, I had a great time with that. So yeah, we did that Thursday night. Friday was a super busy day. Friday, just yesterday at this point. We had 2 different events. So during the day, we went to Panola Catholic College, and there was kind of a retreat run with speakers, mainly a speaker, and we kind of just helped out with small groups. So we didn't actually run the event itself. But the reason why this event was so awesome was the main speaker was this guy named Father Rob Galea. And holy crap, this man is awesome and inspirational. He kind of breaks most of the sort of Catholic priest stereotypes in a way, but in the best way. He's he's young, he's in his mid-30s or so. He just basically told his testimony, and a lot of that had to do with he had a past with drugs and alcohol and just coming back from that. He has an amazing voice, so he actually he started doing a lot of musical stuff. And after he performed a song at his friend's funeral, and that just kind of led, he ended up recording that song, and a record liked it, so they signed him on. So now he travels the world with his band, and I think he has an album or 2. So he's a musician. Yeah, he actually was also even on the X Factor, and I think they wanted to like the judges wanted to keep him going, but he only did it just because people kind of they really wanted him to do it, and even though the judge was like, hey, we want you to stay on, like, nah, I don't want it. It was really just an awesome story, like just for a number of reasons. Like he was an awesome speaker, and he would kind of like implement his own songs into his testimony, so that was really cool. And just he was the humility of this guy was awesome. I mean, obviously, he's very popular in at least the Catholic, some of the Catholic masses. But no, just the way he would talk about, like even though he's a traveling musician, even though he was on the X Factor, what comes first and foremost is his relationship with the Lord, and you could really tell he meant that, and just a really, really awesome guy. I was very pleased I got to meet him. So just even though we only led small groups that day, getting to listen to him talk was so cool. So we did that till about 3:00. Then last night we went to a youth group, and kind of an average youth group. They were definitely younger students. We're talking like grade 3 to grade 6. I think there were a couple of 7, 8, and 9 years as well. Like there wasn't like a specific age group. Apparently, like anyone from like primary to upper high school could come, which is a little unique. But they've been doing it, and it seemed to go pretty well. So yeah, we hung out with the students, did another learning activity or two, and played some games and had a good time. And yeah, so that led us up to last night and till today. And today we had the day off, just kind of been hanging out and chilling. So the verse that I wanted to share with you guys today, one sec, comes from Colossians 3. And I'll explain to you why I picked this verse after I read it. Colossians 3:12, which says, as God's chosen ones, holy and beloved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, meekness, and patience. And I picked that one because, so each week we as a team have like a saint of the week, a canonized saint of the week. And I think it was last week or the week before, since I made my last video, I picked Saint Vincent de Paul, and just kind of looking things up about him, they really emphasized how he was really known for his compassion, generosity, and humility. So we were kind of trying to focus on that, but I think that's just always a great reminder for anyone, because specifically like that combination or any combination that involves humility, because compassion is great, generosity is great, but if someone can have those two qualities and be an arrogant hothead with pride up the wazoo, and we all have our moments of pride, of course. I definitely can be prideful in times. I definitely have a vain side that I work on from time to time, especially being one who likes to public speak, even in the ministry setting. So yeah, it was a good reminder for me, and I think also hopefully a good reminder for you guys that when we show others compassion, when we show people generosity, or just show them any kind of act of service, just how important it is to do that, to serve those people or that situation with a heart of humility and not self-glorification. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. This upcoming week, we have a couple of youth groups. We have a confirmation retreat, school retreat, and when's our next day off? It might be about a week and a half for the next video, because we actually have a men's retreat over the weekend with Matt Fred, which I'll tell you about next time I make a video. So it'll probably be more like a week and a half before the next video. So yeah, stay tuned. Once again, hope you guys had a wonderful, wonderful Easter and the week after Easter. Talk to you guys again at some point, and God bless you all.